love Kansas City.
When's the last time you been here?
2 years ago, like right before the pandemic shut down everything. I love Kansas City. I love the people there. I come there and do a lot of shows with the band Jackal. So shout out to my friends Jesse James Dupree and Jackal. It's like a second home to me because, 4 years ago I put out a comic book. Darryl Makes Comics is my company, and I get to attend annually to Kansas City Comic Con. That is a place that rocks, and not only rocks, it also rolls.
Darryl DMC from Run DMC, an icon in the game, a legend, hip-hop history walking.
I don't really think I'm a legend. People say that. I know Run DMC has done some amazing things. I think the real legends and the icons are all those boys and girls before rappers alike, before recorded hip-hop, because they were the ones that were already doing the culture, creating the culture, advancing the culture, designing the culture, and innovating the culture. We are just responsible representatives who became legends. And then all the things we did with my Adidas, we took our culture, not just music and art, we made it fashion, we made it film, we made it TV, and even like you, B. Shannon and Shay, we even on the radio as journalists and personalities. So what I'm basically trying to say is I'm not a legend alone because I am nothing without you guys, because collectively we are hip-hop.
Well, you can say that, but I will say, as a girl born and raised in Queens, you are a legend to me. I remember being on Jamaica Avenue wanting a pair of Adidas so bad, and my mother couldn't afford them.
You are so official with that. Jamaica Avenue, looking in the window, wishing you had the green or the red Adidas. You're 100% right. I know you laughing because we all went through that. Looking in the window saying, man, back then they were like $30, $35.
Exactly.
You would even have to have 2 jobs. You would have to save your allowance, or you might have to sell some weed to get some Adidas. And that's why the Adidas record was able to, make it possible for Jay-Z and 50 and even Kanye today to have sneaker deals.
We giving out flowers this morning. Darryl DMC McDaniels is on the Morning Grind with Shay and Sean with the new children's book called Darryl's Dream. Now, this is the first book I've read since James and the Giant Peach back in 1994.
I remember that, right?
Go ahead and tell our listeners what this book is about.
Yeah, well, basically, as you know, especially Shay knows, coming all the way from Queens to Jamaica Avenue, everything I've done creatively was always something that could resonate and relate to you. You saw DMC with the glasses. You saw DMC with the shell toes. I've always rhymed about my family. Son of Byford, brother of Al. Banner's my mother, runs my pal. It's McDaniels, not McDonald's. These rhymes are Darryl's, those burgers are Ronald's. I ran down my family tree. My mother, my father, my brother, and me. So I always talked about things that people could relate to in their own lives, while at the same time inspiring and motivating. But most people, for the last 40 years of DMC, me getting out of high school, going to St. John's University, hooking up with Run and Jay, Walk This Way, My Adidas, Live Aid, everything that I went through personally. I was 35 years old when I found out that I was adopted. I found out that I was a foster kid, all of that. We just came out of the holiday season. Christmas time in Hollis, Queens is now a part of iconic holiday tradition. So I took it upon myself to do exactly what I've been doing with my music and videos, but put those same stories, everything Darryl McDaniels from Hollis, Queens went through, but put them in picture books and put them in situations from kindergarten, first grade, the backyard, when I went to camp, so that this younger generation can achieve 2 things. Realize, like all of us in hip-hop, we have everything already to allow us to be successful, and at the same time, no matter what our situations are, we can do and become whatever it is that we want to be. So Darryl's dream is young DMC, before he became the mighty king of rock, who told the world to walk this way in his Adidas, all the struggles and obstacles and adversities that he went through, so that this younger generation, Shay, y'all know I've been around so long, people's grandmothers and grandfathers know who I am. So I'm taking all of those relatable stories and putting them in a kid's picture book so that I can start speaking hip-hop culture greatness into the younger generation now, because I really think it's needed.
I read the book last night. It's available right now for anyone who wants to get it. And the main thing that I took from it was to be yourself. In the young DMC, he had glasses and he was smart, and the kids made fun of him because of that. And it's really odd. I was just listening to Nas's The Bridge podcast on Spotify today, and your partner Run was on it talking about how he was afraid to get out there when you all did a show at a skating ring in the Bronx, and you came out there and commanded the stage. And he said that when he asked you, how did you get out there? You said, I'm a superhero. And so to see him envisioning himself in the book as a superhero, it all made sense.
When I stepped on that stage, I was pretending I was more powerful than the mighty Thor, Hulk, Spider-Man, and Captain America combined, you know. And it's funny that you say that. If you go back and listen to my rhymes, the Easter eggs was always there. I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. To burn my kingdom, you must use fire. But I won't stop rocking until I retire. I decide when it ends. I decide when it begins. I decide what it is. You're 100% right. I took that same mentality that Run saw in me and that you saw in the book, and that's why I put it in the book. You know, crash through walls, come through floors, bust through ceilings, and knock down doors. That's what rappers don't do. That superheroes do that. But since I thought I was really doing that, I was able to achieve everything in the music business. We knocked down the walls that was once holding us back as a culture and a people. We brought people together. We didn't just do music. We touched fashion. Like everything that's going on that's dope in this world and incredible and stylish and amazing is coming from our culture. So I want to show the kids now that they have the potential and the abilities now. But, you know, it takes a little encouragement to our younger people to believe in themselves. Like, it's funny that you say that. I was actually mad at Run that he wouldn't go out there because he already had 5 years in the business before me for being the son of Curtis Blow.
Right, as a DJ.
So he already knew what it was like to be in front of an audience. I say DMC in the place to be. Darryl makes comics just like Stan Lee. Like Peter Parker, I come from Queens, and like T'Challa, I am a king. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, lives in Queens, just like me and you, Shay. T'Challa is the king. I'm the king of rock. You're a queen from Queens. So everything that was similar about greatness is right in front of us. But now, if I put it in a picture book the same way I put it on my rhyme record, I can have an impact of encouraging and empowering the younger generation to go above and beyond what me and Brian and you, Shay, are doing. They need to see that, yes, it is possible. And that's all that hip-hop and rock and roll did for me. Those records, you know, everybody from James Brown to Stevie Wonder to Marvin Gaye to Parliament Funkadelic to the Beatles and Led Zeppelin, and the list goes on and on. That's part of my strength. But my superpower was given to me in the confidence that I started because of things I could relate to believe in myself.
I'm ready to bust through this wall.
Man.
Let's do it. You know how it goes. So I got America out. I got Ghetto Metal, the video out, and I got the kids book. So what I want people to do is I do stuff that brings families together. You can read the kids book with your kids. Then after you finish, you can go right over, turn on the music, because you can sit there and listen to my songs with the kids. My songs will touch a fifth grader, a first grader, and it'll touch an immortal, it'll touch a god, it'll touch a Martian, it'll touch a young person, an old person. So I like to do things creatively that's universal. But above all things, B. Shining and Shay Moore, I like to do things that are fun. And that's what this is all about.
Yes.
Darryl's Dream, the book, is released on ebook and audiobook. You can check that out everywhere books are sold. Darryl DMC McDaniels, the living legend. We're going to call you that on this show because that's what you are to us. Thank you so much for joining us on the Morning Grind and blessing us with your presence. We appreciate it.
KTRS, it is the best.
That's right.
Hey, have a good one. Be blessed.